A year ago, I had no idea that starting a Facebook group would lead me to a run for public office. Towards the end of 2016, my life was busy, but simple. I was helping my mom renovate the house I grew up in Amityville, New York. I was raising 2 small children with my husband and stealing hours each night to run my growing small business. Then the election happened.
The office of President of the United States.
I'm the granddaughter of immigrants who came here as refugees with very little English. And yet, my grandmother, who came through Ellis Island, built a small business selling yarn in Amityville. Like many of us, I was blindsided by what I began to see around me. This wasn't the America I knew. So I started a Facebook group, the New York 2nd District Democrats. It turned out I wasn't alone. And the first week, we grew to a couple hundred members. Not just Democrats, but independents and Republicans who wanted change. And when the Affordable Care Act came under attack, I asked the group to call Congress. To my surprise, constituents all over my district called to ask our representative, Peter King, to protect our health care. But instead of responding, our congressman called us names. Undeterred, we took action. Alone, we were helpless, but 100 strong, we could protect the things we cared about. Our group grew to thousands. In January, Trump issued the Muslim ban, prohibiting Syrian refugees fleeing for their lives from entering the United States. In those refugees, I couldn't help but see people like my grandparents, people who might start businesses or whose grandchildren might one day run for Congress. We organized a rally. Peter King, a vocal ally of the ban, heard 400 of his constituents were gathering outside his office. But instead of meeting with us, his staff locked the office doors and went home.
This is what America looks like!
The news coverage was enough to do what phone calls and emails hadn't. I got a meeting with my representative. I asked him to hold an in-person town hall so he could hear from all his constituents. He said,
this does not serve a purpose. It really diminishes democracy.
So we organized a town hall for him.
What we're going to do today is listen to everybody and give you the chance to speak up. Peter King has said that if we hold a town hall, it will only turn into a screaming session and that it will diminish democracy. I have news for Peter King. This is actually what democracy looks like.
He didn't show up, but hundreds of people did. After that, people in my group started asking me to run for Congress. Engaged people. People who are willing to do the tough work that democracy calls for. I thought about the kind of tolerant country I wanted my kids to grow up in. I thought about my grandparents. I'm Shirley. I am the founder of New York 2nd District Democrats. I am a mother, and I'm running for Congress. After 25 years in office, Peter King's war chest may be bigger than ours, but we believe in what we're doing, and we're growing fast. This is what democracy looks like.